My boyfriend looked me right in the eyes while we were stuck in a huge traffic jam. He told me he would rather I pull my pants down and show my bare bottom to hundreds of strangers instead of using a plastic tool. Just because he was scared people might think I was a man, he wanted me to put myself out there just to keep his pride safe. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are looking at a story from Reddit where a normal day turns into a really weird fight. This post is from the subreddit called Am I the A-hole? And it is by a user named Funnelfuss. Let's get right into the post. I am a 26-year-old female and my boyfriend, well, the guy who was my boyfriend at the time this whole crazy thing happened, is a 25-year-old male. It started as a very normal day. We were driving back home from a nice weekend trip. It was just a regular Sunday drive. The kind of drive where you listen to music and talk about nothing special. But then all the cars in front of us put on their red brake lights, and the cars did not move again. We were suddenly stuck in a super crazy traffic jam. My boyfriend was driving. His hands were holding the steering wheel really tight. We slowly moved forward a little bit at a time, but then the car just stopped completely. We were not moving at all. Later, we found out that the police had closed the whole highway. There was a big crash far ahead of us, so we were just trapped there on the road. There were thousands of other people stuck in their cars around us, too. Nobody could go anywhere. The sun was hot, people were getting mad, and time just felt like it was moving so slow. And then the real problem started. I had to pee. At first, it was just a little feeling. You know that feeling when you first need to go to the bathroom? You can usually just ignore it. You can turn up the music or look at your phone to forget about it. But as the first hour passed and then the second hour passed, that little feeling turned into a huge problem. I had to pee really bad. Like, really, really bad. Every time I moved in my seat, my lower stomach hurt. I started getting hot and sweaty. I was breathing funny. My whole mind was only thinking about how bad I needed to go to the bathroom. I was moving my legs around. I was crossing my legs as tight as I could. I was taking deep breaths. I was trying to tell my body to hold it in. But when your body has to go, it has to go. It does not care that you're stuck in a car on the highway. I looked out the window next to me. My eyes were almost watering because it hurt so much. The highway was high up, and next to the road, there was just some grass and a few very tiny bushes. There was really no place to hide at all. It was super open. Every single car around us was full of bored people who were just staring out their windows. Through my pain, I looked ahead and saw a couple of guys get out of their cars. They ran over to the side of the road, turned their backs, and just peed right there. They did not try to hide at all. They just did what they had to do and walked back to their cars. Nobody cared. Seeing them do that gave me an idea. I decided I was going to do the same thing. I really had to. It was a real emergency. If I did not get out of this car right away, I was going to pee in my pants right there on the car seat. Now, I need to tell you something important about me. I really like being outside. I like to go hiking, I like to camp, and I go on long trips in my car. Because I do these things, I keep a special tool in the little box in front of my seat. It is a stand-to-pee device. People call it a pee funnel. If you do not know what that is, it is a little plastic cup with a tube on it. It lets girls stand up, open their zipper, and pee without having to pull all their pants down and sit in the dirt. It is very easy to use. It keeps you clean. And when you're stuck on a highway with no place to hide, it is the best thing ever. I leaned forward and opened the little box. I pushed some old papers out of the way until I felt the plastic funnel. Just holding it in my hand made me feel so much better. I finally had a way to fix my problem. But when I grabbed it and turned back to look at my boyfriend, the whole feeling in the car changed. It got really quiet and weird. My boyfriend was just staring at me. He stopped moving completely. His eyes were huge, and he was looking right at the plastic funnel in my hand. His face looked like he had just seen a ghost. He looked so grossed out and so scared all at the same time. He got all weird. It was not just a little surprise. He backed away from me like I was holding a dangerous weapon in my hands. "What are you doing?" he said in a very low, angry voice. He sounded like he was panicking. I looked at him. I was so confused. My brain could not think about anything except how much my tummy hurt. "I am going to use my funnel," I told him. "I cannot hold it anymore. I am going to go pee by these bushes over there." He shook his head very fast. He started looking around at all the other cars next to us, like the people inside were going to attack us. "No," he said. "No way. You cannot use that thing." "What? Why not?" I asked him. I was getting really desperate because it hurt so much. "People will see you," he whispered loudly. He leaned close to me. "They will see you standing up to pee, and they are going to think you are trans." I just sat there and stared at him. It felt like time stopped again. I could not believe what he just said. It was the most crazy, silly thing I had ever heard in my life. I am sitting right next to him. I am in so much pain. I feel like I'm going to explode. And the only thing he cares about right now, his biggest fear in this emergency, is that some stranger in a car far away might look at me and think I am a boy? "I do not care," I said. My voice was tight because I was hurting and getting mad. "No one is going to think that. A lot of women use pee funnels for hiking and stuff. It is just a simple tool to help me." I tried to take off my seatbelt, but he reached out and grabbed my arm. He did not grab me super hard, but he grabbed me hard enough to stop me from moving. "I care," he said. The look in his eyes made me feel sick. He only cared about himself. I do not want people to look at the girl I am dating and think she is a guy. I have to worry about how I look to people. Just go out there and squat. Just do it to put my mind at ease. When he said that, a cold feeling went all over my body. Put his mind at ease. He was telling me to go out onto a wide open road. He wanted me to pull my pants all the way down. He wanted me to show my bare bottom and my private parts to hundreds of angry, bored strangers sitting in their cars. He wanted me to risk getting pee all over my shoes and my jeans. He wanted me to do all of that just so he would not feel weird for 5 seconds. He wanted to throw away my privacy and my comfort just to protect his own silly pride. I told him straight up that I do not have a problem with trans people anyway. Even if someone did think that, why would it be a bad thing? Why did it matter? I am not going to get my butt and my private parts out on the highway in front of everyone, I said back to him. My voice was shaking because I was so mad and I needed to pee so bad. I do not want to get pee on my shoes. I just want to be fast, stay clean, and get back in the car. You need to squat like girls do, he told me. He sounded like a little kid throwing a fit. He actually used those words. Like girls do. Like there is some big rule in the world about how girls have to pee when they are stuck in a huge traffic jam. And I was breaking the rules. I was dying by this point. The pain in my body was too much. I could not sit there and argue with this grown man about bathroom rules and what strangers might think. I finally reached a point where I could not hold it in for one more second. And I really did not want to show the whole world my bare backside. I pulled my arm away from his hand. I opened the car door super fast and ran to the side of the road. My heart was beating so fast. I got to the little bushes. I turned my back away from all the cars on the road. I slipped the plastic tool into my jeans. It just slides right through the zipper opening. It was very easy to hide. Nobody could see anything. I did not show any skin at all, and then I peed standing up. The feeling of relief was so huge, it felt so good that I almost started crying. Right there on the side of the road. I stood there looking at the grass, feeling the wind, totally hidden from the waist down. I was doing the exact same thing those guys had done a little while ago. Was someone watching me? Maybe. If someone was staring super hard at my back, maybe they were a little confused. But right then, I knew that I did not care at all what any stranger in those cars thought about me. But when I finished, shook off the plastic tool, zipped my pants up and walked back to our car, the real bad part started. I opened the car door and got back in my seat. I thought he was going to yell at me. I thought we were going to have a big fight. But instead, it was totally quiet. He was just staring straight ahead out the window. His mouth was closed so tight his face looked hard. He put both of his hands on the steering wheel and he would not even look at me. "Are you serious right now?" I asked him. I was cleaning my plastic tool with a tissue. Nothing. He said nothing at all. The cars finally started to slowly move forward. And for the next 3 hours, 3 very long, very quiet, very annoying hours stuck in that car, he did not say one single word to me. The quiet was loud. It was his way of punishing me. He was mad that I did not do exactly what he told me to do. He wanted me to stay in the little box he made for me, and he was mad that I broke out of it. When we finally got back to his home and he finally talked, he did not ask if I was feeling better. He did not say sorry for acting so weird. He looked at me with cold eyes and said, "You disrespected my feelings. You did that to embarrass me on purpose." I was shocked. I could not speak. It was 100% a real emergency. My body was in pain, but in his mixed up brain, my need to pee was a plan to hurt his feelings and attack his pride. Am I the bad guy here? Am I the a-hole for picking my own privacy and staying clean over his silly fears about strangers? Well, let's go straight into the community comments because the people on the internet had a lot to say about this post. The top comment is from a user named AmazeBallsTripping, who says, "Not the a-hole. Your boyfriend would have liked it better for everyone to see your bottom and private parts than have one stranger think his girlfriend is trans. He would rather you show your body to people just to make himself feel better. Get a better boyfriend." And this comment is exactly right. It points out how wrong his thinking was. He was not thinking about keeping her safe. He was not thinking about making sure she was okay. He was only thinking about how her going to the bathroom made him look to other people. He really wanted her to do something super embarrassing, showing her body to a crowd of people, just to prove to people they do not even know that he is dating a normal girl. To think like that is really crazy. It is actually kind of scary. Another person replied to that comment. They talked about how weird it is to watch people use the bathroom. They wrote, "He also thinks that it is normal for people to stare at strangers who are trying to pee and try to figure out who they are and who they are dating." This is what I always say about bathrooms. If you know what I'm using to pee, then you are the weird one, not me. Yes, especially in the ladies' rooms. What would scare you more? Walking into a bathroom and seeing a man, or seeing a woman trying to peek at someone inside a closed stall? Then this user told a very funny story to show how weird people can be. One time I had an old lady peeking into my bathroom stall. I wear big dresses so she could not see anything, but she just stayed there looking. I stared back at her. Finally, I was getting mad and I needed to move my dress to clean up. So I yelled out very loud, "Wow, you have such big, beautiful blue eyes." And the eye went away from the crack in the door. I heard the main door to the bathroom slam shut right after that. Oh my gosh. And really, that old peeking lady has the exact same weird energy as the boyfriend. Being that interested in how other people use the bathroom or what their bodies look like is just strange. It is weirdo energy. Lucky for us, we do not have to guess how this story ends. The original poster came back to give us an update, and it is the exact happy ending we wanted. She wrote, "Yes, he is an ex-boyfriend now. And yes, there were other bad signs before this. I got rid of the man, but I kept the pee funnel. I am going to laugh about him every single time I pee standing up." As you should, original poster. You really should. You are clearly not the bad guy in this post. But as the narrator reading this, the more I think about this story, the more my head hurts. I want us to really look at how this ex-boyfriend's mind works, because it shows how insecure he is. Why is he overthinking the whole thing so much? Why is he sitting there praying, "Please, just show your body to the world. I don't want people thinking I am dating a trans person." Can you imagine being so full of yourself that you think a highway full of tired, mad, stuck strangers care about you at all? These people just want to get to their houses. They are staring at the road, feeling sad that they are stuck. But in his head, he is the main star of the movie. He really thinks that the people in the other cars are going to see a dark shape of someone peeing in the grass, figure out how they are standing, guess their gender, connect that person to the guy sitting in the car next to them, and then sit there and judge him for it. Did he really think people were going to think that hard? They are not going to do that. They are just going to see someone peeing, think, "Wow, that sucks for them," and then look back down at their phones. But he really believes the whole world is watching his every move. And because he looks at his girlfriend like she is just an object that belongs to him, anything she does hurts his ego. Like the original poster said, there were other bad signs before this happened. This was not just a one-time mistake. This was the moment his real self came out. When things got hard and the traffic jam was stressful, he showed who he really was. He told her to throw away her respect just to make him comfortable. And when she said no, he punished her by not talking to her for hours. What in the world is wrong with him? Can we all just act normal for 5 minutes and not make up crazy problems in our heads? That sounds like a really tiring way to live your life. It is very good that she left him behind.